Iron Protector is a martial arts film written and directed by Yue Song. Now, I was really not into this, seeing this film at first because Yue Song's last movie is called The King of the Streets, and literally that movie is one of the worst films I've ever seen. It is essentially a low-budget movie that's devoid of logic or good story. Basically, the opening sequence is like a man goes into a basketball courtyard, fights 20 guys, takes pipes to the head, doesn't flinch, breaks bottles as a way of showing dominance, rescues a girl. There's other things happening. The movie was just awful. It was probably one of the most excruciating 90 minutes of my entire life. Not just a martial arts film, it was just a bad movie. It was like had no script. It was essentially people walking around doing things. So I wasn't going to watch Iron Protector until I found some good reviews on IMDb. Decided to check it out. This movie does take place 4 years after the 2012 movie King of the Streets. It's not a sequel. I'm just saying that as a writer-director, 4 years later, he can hone his craft and maybe do something better. And also Colin Chu is in this movie. So Iron Protector is a basic story about a young man named Wu Lin. He wears the boots of iron so that he can learn the 108 iron kicks from his master. And he comes to the big city to find his sworn brother from childhood, who got kicked out by the master because he tried to steal the boots of iron. So Wu Lin wears these 25-kilo boots to sort of strengthen his legs, and in the opening sequence he's practicing his splits in front of a kid who tries to taunt him with ice cream, and the kid gets pushed over by these thugs with machetes that are chasing a man. So Wu Lin stops whatever he's doing, he defeats these guys, and the first 5 seconds of this movie you realize what kind of movie this is. It's going for like a Kung Fu Hustle sort of over-the-top comic book feel, because whenever he hits people they like fly 10 feet, and there's also the comic book sort of style transition. So the movie's already telling you that this movie's not based in reality. It's sort of a comic booky sort of everyone's super strong, can punch through brick walls type of movie. So I was alright with that because they're telling you early on that this movie's not going to be realistic. So later on, Wu Lin finds his sworn brother who started a bodyguard company and wants him to join him. You know, like why not? Their master has passed away. He's got nothing to do in the city. And that man from earlier shows up and says he wants Wu Lin as a bodyguard to protect him and his daughter. So the daughter is like this bratty, cliche heiress who doesn't have any character besides I'm a spoiled brat kid. One of the weaknesses of the film is full of cliches like this. Anyways, she shapens up a little bit after a kidnapping attempt, a failed kidnapping attempt. Wu Lin's able to easily run for 20 minutes chasing a van, which was unintentionally hilarious. But essentially, she comes around, he has a tragic backstory of his own, and then we get this fantastic fight in a warehouse where he's taking all these specialized fighters. That's probably the highlight of the film, happened in the middle. The movie does suffer from Ong Bak syndrome and the fact that the middle action sequence is the best action sequence of the entire film. There's also like a really big henchman that he's unable to fight in the middle, but at the end of the film defeats him. And we've seen this before in The Protector with Nathan Jones. There's the Transporter films as the large black guy, and The Mountain and District B13. There's a lot of movies where this happens. This movie's no different. The plot's kind of paper thin, full of cliches, but the action sequences are pretty good. Anyways, Wu Lin finds out that the daughter's been kidnapped by an evil warlord or gangster lord or something. He has to fight people. He fights like 50 guys in a room, and the movie goes into full-on over-the-topness with like a fight scene where he takes on all the guys and he runs around them so fast that he kicks out their legs and breaks their legs. So very Kung Fu Hustle. I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but it just comes off as funny because you can see the influence a little bit from Stephen Chow. So other than that, the movie is not good. I wouldn't consider it a good movie. It's very paper thin in terms of plot. Characters okay. I mean, Yue Song doesn't have a lot of charisma. In fact, the rival character, his sworn brother, is from Kung Fu Hustle, among other films. He has more charisma than he does. But either way, the movie just manages to string along enough plot for a decent action picture, if that's what you're looking for. Some martial arts kicking, people getting kicked in the face, punched in the face. And this movie's not bad. I wouldn't say it's awful. It's just sort of in a step in the right direction in terms of the director, who his last movie was dreadfully awful. So this movie's definitely a step in the right direction. So I look forward to the next film. And I'll give Iron Protector a 6 out of 10.